about technology today, what I wanted to talk about specifically was AI. And the reason why I wanted to talk about AI is because, believe it or not, guys, when I talk to um, these agents and I ask them about AI, they're actually kind of nervous about it. It's weird. It's interesting. And because they're nervous about it, they don't use it. And so I remember when I first got my first touchscreen phone, and it was my dad's hand-me-down. He had gotten like an Android, and this Android touch phone. At first, I was like all over. I was like, "Do you guys remember your first touchscreen? Like switching from an actual keyboard to then the touchscreen? Like, you guys remember that?"
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys feel like. For me, it felt weird. It felt super weird at first, right? Am I the only one that felt weird? Like making that transition, going from a keyboard, and I had one of those flips where it was like a regular keyboard, like a phone on the front, and then you flipped it open, and it was like now like a bigger square. You could like chat on it. You could put in a lot more keys all at once. And so there we go. We got some folks coming in here. Heather, can I give you co-host to let folks in, just so I don't forget?
Yeah.
Just to like miss them. So what I learned through that experience, because I didn't feel tech savvy, and back then I was also the type of person who would also tell you that I wasn't good at math, and so I had these beliefs that I wasn't a tech savvy person, and I had this belief that I didn't know math, and then lo and behold, my business showed me otherwise, and so the lesson that I learned in figuring out technology was there was no manual when I got my first touchscreen phone. There was no manual on an iPhone, even though my first touchscreen was an Android. When I got an iPhone, there was no manual, and there was switching from Android to Apple is like that's a big deal for some folks. And I was Android for all through my military career for like the first 6 years. Having a cell phone, having a touchscreen, I had an Android, and then switching over to Apple was interesting. But it didn't come with a manual. It didn't come with the script. It didn't come with a step-by-step guide. And how I figured it out, and how you guys also likely figured it out, was you guys just poked around. You guys investigated. You were in it. You tested things out. You clicked on things that you didn't mean to click on. I got fat thumbs, so I clicked on a bunch of stuff, right? And I know this is like a really oversimplification of like understanding technology, but the first step in understanding the technology is playing around with it. When I say playing around with it, like you're a kid for the first time on the internet. Like, you guys remember that? Like I can search anything, like anything. You guys remember if I could just take you back for a moment to the time that you guys first discovered the internet, were you able to search something? You're like, anything? I could search anything. Like, you guys just figured it out because you poked around and you investigated. And the thing is that you used it on a daily basis. Okay. And so what I wanted to talk about today for Tech Tuesday is specifically in removing Canva. Now, there's a time and a place for Canva. There is a lot of tools within Canva that are super useful, super helpful. Who I'm talking to today, who I'm speaking to today, is for the person who is looking to make a flyer right before they show up to a listing. I'm talking about the person. I'm talking to the person who is looking for an immediate poster right before walking into a meeting, and they're in crunch time. They need to figure something out ASAP. And so what we're going to talk about is how to use AI to create some of those graphics in a matter of minutes hours, and I say hours because I personally, and tell me if I'm alone in this. I've personally spent, in some cases, like 30 minutes, an hour, sometimes longer, trying to make this one pager just beautiful, right? I'm lining up the text perfect. I'm like, do I like this color? Do I like this, template? You know, and I'm also like changing the text out. Well, maybe I should put it, put it down here. Maybe that looks better. Um, and and so what we're going to talk about today is how to condense doing that into minutes using AI. Okay. And by the way, anything that I'm talking about isn't going to cost you more than $20 a month. Okay. So I'm not affiliated with OpenAI. I don't get an affiliate fee or anything crazy like that. So what we're talking about is just what's available to the masses right now. And when it comes to AI, when it comes to technology, 30 years ago, they used to say the internet isn't going to replace real estate agents, but real estate agents who use the internet will replace you. That's what they used to say 20, 30 years ago. That's what they used to say. And what are they saying now about AI? They're saying AI isn't going to replace real estate agents, but real estate agents using AI will. And so I don't want you guys to be left in that other category. Okay? So let me share my screen, and I'm going to start off with the most simplest demonstration. So before I share my screen, I just want to share with you guys. I want to put emphasis on how dumb, and I don't like to use the D word, how dumb my prompt is. Okay, who's heard of prompt engineering? Just a hand raise. Have you guys ever heard of the term prompt engineering? You guys know what that is? It's the engineering science of prompting large language models, LLMs. Okay, ChatGPT. Okay, there is an engineering science to how to communicate with OpenAI and ChatGPT. Okay, and they call it prompt engineering. Right now, that's really complicated, and that sounds really complicated. What I'm going to show you and what I'm going to emphasize, and I want you guys to see what I'm doing, how simple my response is, because the response that my prompt that I put together is not complicated at all. And I want you guys to recognize that and see how simple my prompt is, so that you guys can personally put yourself in a situation where you need AI to solve a piece of your business. Okay, and I want you guys to face that fear of using AI. I'm not saying that you guys are fearful, but some of us don't know what we don't know, and so I just want to show you how simple this process really is. Let me share my screen. Okay. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT. And I'm just going to give you guys the quick 60-second tour of ChatGPT. There are multiple models. All right. Hey Jesse, can you put a 60-second timer on me? There are multiple models. Instant, Thinking Mini, Thinking Pro. This is what I pay $20 a month for. Okay, I pay $20 a month so that I can have the upgraded models. Okay, once you start to use it, you'll recognize that there's some examples of why the different models are unique to you. And if you use it a lot, then what tends to happen, what will happen, is you will you'll see the differences in the responses. Okay, So for this example, I'm just going to use the most regular one, which is ChatGPT 5 thinking. Notice here that I can do a lot of different things here. All right. I can connect different sources. I can connect my Gmail. So instead of going to the search bar like a nude teaser, I can search for a specific email, and ChatGPT will do all of that searching for me. It'll try different angles, it'll try different keywords. I can ask my calendar, when am I available next week? I can ask in my contact list. Thank you, guys. All right. So, and also look at this. You can also connect it to Canva, and you can also connect it to a lot of other cool things. Your Outlook calendar, your Outlook email, Notion, HubSpot, your CRM. Okay. So that concludes my 60-second masterclass on the tour of ChatGPT. All right. Now, my prompt here is I am a real estate agent from Huntsville, Alabama, period. My name is Kara Rediger, period. I want you to make a one-page graphic, period. I am selling 4307 Textile Lane, Huntsville, Alabama, 35805, period. I want you to use your best judgment, period. You may have to search the internet for property description details, period. Actually, Kara, give me an address of an active listing that you have. 1-2 Jackson Trace Court. What's the zip code? 878. Okay. Three, 5, 7, 5, 9. Hey Jesse, you want to tell Chris to join us? He's calling me back. All right. You may have to search the internet for property description details. All right. Leave it off. Okay. I don't want to overcomplicate this. Okay. Now, while this is doing this, it's going to take a minute. It's going to take probably about 3 minutes to do this. Okay. Again, I'm speaking to the person who's in a crunch. I'm speaking to a person who is looking to make something fast. All right. Instead of spending hours on something, you're now making something in a matter of minutes. And so while this is going, I want to answer any questions that you guys have about AI, if any. So what question do you guys have right now about AI that people currently have, or that you've experienced? Or anyone have any comments about how they're using AI personally?
I know one thing that people say a lot when I'm using AI or when they talk to me about using AI is they're like, it didn't do what I wanted it to do, so I just gave up.
Yeah. Those people are typically bad managers.
Hey, Sean, I'd like to mention, I noticed the CRM added an Ask IA tab on the top right corner there.
Yep. Now, look at this, guys. I want to point this out. This is what it's doing when it says it's quote unquote thinking. Did you have a question?
No, I just wanted to add a comment that I recently started to use ChatGPT for basically doing role plays. Example, waiting for any live transfer that's upcoming, an upcoming appointment, and I'm using the voice mode and training it first to make it easy for me and come up with those objections and then I do the role plays. I think it's wonderful. It's not as great as there's a brokerage in Toronto. It's called Valerie. I'm not sure if you heard of that. They're claiming to be the first AI. They have this really good uh, bot or something that really does this calls right to practice basically. It's better than ChatGPT. So ChatGPT doesn't is not up to that level, but still, I think it's still great to do role plays too.
Yes. Also, yeah. Have you guys heard of the Masterclass app or masterclass.com? How could I? You just made me think of this. Because if you're looking for a cost-effective solution, there is. I think it was AI. So you could talk your ideas out with people like Mark Cuban. So you can role play with Mark Cuban. You can talk to his AI, and of course it's got a bunch of his material. What is this? Let's see. Elevate your skills, thrive in the moment. With role play and coaching from the AI world best. So people like Ray Dalio, Richard Branson, Mark Cuban. I tried it out. It's pretty cool. And if you're into that kind of thing, it's definitely worth. I don't know how much it costs. What does it cost? I don't want to do all that. I forget how much, but I think there's a trial. So. But anyways, I'm not at all affiliated with these guys. So this is still working, by the way. This is still working. See, you guys notice when I talk about. I'm sorry, oops, didn't mean to lose you. So when I talk about that, it's thinking. So ChatGPT 5 recently came out with a feature called Thinking, Extended Thinking, and essentially what that means is that it has the ability to do multiple things with different context. Okay. So for example, it's understanding the what we need to do. First step, create professional content. Next step, finalize the contact detail. Next step, create the flyer layout. Next step, generate the flyer. Next step, search for the property details, 102 Jackson Trace Court. Next step, prepare the flyer information. Next step, access detailed listing information for the MLS flyer creation. Next step, gather missing details. Next step, find your built and HOA information on page. Next step, finalize property details. Next step, preparing property flyer details. Next step, create flyer graphic. Next step, create the PDF flyer. So now, what is the end result? Let's see. Now, I really hope that this isn't like a terrible photo. Here it is. Okay. While I'm in demo mode here. All right. Let's see. Give me a second. Okay. One, two. Okay. So this is where most people get tripped up, is they try to focus on, all right, you guys can see this? All right, okay. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, I gotta grade this maybe like a 5, all right off the bat. It's not sexy, it doesn't have, the actual image here, okay? It's got, a little typo right there, you know, but email is not provided. It's got some, it looks like it's got some, misaligned text here, right? Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. So again, I'm speaking to the person who's in a crunch. You guys can all see this, right? It's not like pixelated a bunch. It's good. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. And I'm going to say, this looks great, except it looks really bland, and I need a little bit more creativity in the listing description, and that box is out of alignment, and I want you to leave that open so that I can just upload my own photo with it. Or maybe you can insert it. You tell me. I'll let you decide. I trust your judgment. Okay. And by the way, guys, I'm speaking to it like totally bland, totally like non-technical, okay? Because I want you guys to see how simple this actually is, okay? And once you get really good at this, then you can put together the right prompt the first time, but you need to understand, how it works and what produces what. And so if I open up my document here, I am going to, let's expand this, and I'm going to say, now sometimes the AI doesn't even know what it made, because if it knew, then it wouldn't make errors. Would you guys agree? I mean, if we're just trying to humanize it, if you will. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to say, I'm going to paste that in here. I need you to use marketers' best practices when creating a one-page listing flyer for my listing. Also, my email is Kara@cloudlp.com, and my phone number is 256-226-4003. By the way, that's my phone number. If you guys ever want to text me. Boom. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm showing you guys this is probably like an actual engineer would probably scoff at this and just be in absolute disgust at how ugly my prompt is. Okay. But the point that I really want to get across is that technology is not changing every month. It is changing every single day. It is getting better. And when I say it's getting better for you, the end user, so that a non-technical person can then create something that would otherwise require hours of effort, hours of ingenuity, hours of engineering. Heather, I see your mic up. Did you have something to add?
No, sorry.
Oh. So let's look at the instructions that it's going through. So updating the flyer details. All right. So it needs that. We want to update the details. We want to create a new flyer design. We want to update branding. We want to apply marketing best practices. And look, Like all I said was marketing best practices. And here's what it said, guys. I'm sorry, it keeps moving. For the design, I plan to include a big headline with the address and a sub-headline for the location. I'll also add key selling points. I'll add key selling points with icons, improved feature chips, and a lifestyle-focused description with power verbs. The call to action will feature phone, email, and perhaps a QR code. I'll also include MLS code, MLS compliance disclaimers, and add equal housing icons as text. I'll make sure the description is creative while focusing on the known property features to avoid any guesses. Okay, now if your mother were to walk in on you and you're on ChatGPT, they're going to think you're a freaking coder. They're going to think you're like a hacker, you know? Isn't this cool, guys? Like I gave it the most basic information, and this is all being updated on my behalf. Okay. Now I want to. This is where people get lost. Most people will stop right there and say, "Oh, AI sucks. AI, it's not there yet. I'm gonna wait a couple years." While you're waiting a couple of years, the person who's well, you know, maybe you could move the logo this way, or you know, maybe you could change the design a little bit more, right? The person who goes a step further, that person is the one who's getting ahead in their business. They're getting ahead in technology. They're getting ahead in terms of productivity. And when I say terms of productivity, like you might not feel it today, but it takes hours to do some of these things that AI is now doing in minutes, okay? And you don't realize how much you're saving until you're like, wow, that used to take me forever. So handling the photo placeholders. So it's confirmed that I'm gonna, says the user trusts my judgment on whether to add a photo or leave a placeholder. Best practice is to include a hero photo, so I'll offer two options. Handling the image placeholders, finalizing the flyer layout, creating improved flyer. Okay, let's see what we got, guys. Is it still? It's still thinking. It's still making it. Wow. Okay. Oh. This is incredible. It's still thinking. Now this part, guys, you know, you gotta have a little bit of patience. Oh, here we go. Is this it? All right, moment of truth. Someone give me a drum roll. No, did it give me the same one? No, it didn't. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. Man, I was going to be really embarrassed. It is. Ah, okay. Well, we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. So I can remove that. I can get this stuff moved. I can add this in Canva here in a minute. Okay. So I'm going to say, now this is also making a PDF. And what I want to say is, I'm going to tell it something different because PDF seems to be tripping it up for some reason. Not a PDF. Do 1080 by 1080. So I think the PDF is throwing it off. Okay, we'll do this last one and then we'll wrap this up. Okay. Jesse, Can I call on you for a second, buddy? Can you show us, if you're able to find the conversation, show us some of the graphics that you've made in for like things like Tech Tuesday and inside using AI, if you could.
Yeah, sure. Give me 30 seconds here.
You bet, you bet. All right, cool. Appreciate you, Jesse. Sorry guys for going over. This is a bit technical, a little technical. But are you guys? Did you guys know or have experienced what we talked about today? Like, did I hold my promise that you guys know more than you knew coming into today's call, and you know how to apply it in your business the same day?
Yeah.
Did I at least hold that promise that you guys knew more about AI today?
Which plan did you say you had in ChatGPT?
I have the $20 a month.
Okay.
All right, so Jesse, would you be able to show us the prompt that actually made this?
Oh, now you, okay, now you're making me.
like the actual conversation, because what I want to show these guys is really like I want to show them that there's a simple way to conversate with this AI to produce a result like this.
Okay, I'm searching back.
Okay, thank you, sir. Can we give like a muted round of applause for Jesse?
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse.
Have you ever actually printed something, like, has it ever made a flyer and then you've been able to print it out and use it yet?
Yes, and I use it for.
Do you still have?
Yeah, that would be useful right now. That is buried in my conversations. I have to find that.
No worries, no worries. I just thought I'd ask.
Mhm. My image is still creating, so it's still taking a few minutes.
Okay. So I'll share my screen with you here, okay? Alright, let's switch here.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, you got it on your phone? Jesse's just like looking really into it. Okay. That is so cool.
It really is.
Is that ChatGPT again?
Yeah. Wait, is it? Or are you using Meta, Jesse? I think you might be on mute. Jesse. Okay. Well, okay. So you guys, you see his prompts though. You can use this on Gemini. You can use this on Meta. But you see his prompts though. Animate this in the correct format for a YouTube short. Like how it's not prompt engineering. He's not having to have 7 points of paragraphs and of details and context. Do it again, please. Something strange happened with the left arm and it disappears. That's funny. You see how, so you give it feedback, you just talk to it for a minute, you have a little bit of patience. So if there's one thing that you guys can take from this is having a little bit of patience when it comes to using AI. Because if you have a little bit of patience, you play around with it, you don't have to read the manual on it, you don't have to take prompt engineering classes on it, you just have to talk to it. Look at this. Do it again, please. Remove the music. Only move the arms to point above, then below. Don't move the mouth to talk. Just make it smile, pointing, and then smile. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's crazy, Jesse. So, change it, point to the above text. Oh, that's so funny. Jesse, this is awesome. Thank you for providing this, man.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
We should have just started off with this.
Yeah.
ChatGPT, huh? Extend the animation. Ah, that's so cool. Now, from what it looks like, you were using Meta. It looks like you were using Meta. So, all right, you're back. I love it. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. Jesse, little muted round of applause for Jesse, guys. That was awesome. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Jesse. So, guys, we learned about AI. We talked about how to talk to it. The main thing that I wanted you guys to pick up on was just to use it, just to experiment with it, test it out, click on things, ask it, talk to it, talk to it like a person. Okay, say please and thank you, and I'm not kidding. Like give it instructions, but also know that it actually has a ton of context. It has a ton of context. So if you're like follow best practices, or here's what's even cooler. If you're like I like Ryan Serhant's style, or I like the what is the HGTV brothers, the Allman Brothers, or whatever.
Property Brothers.
The Property Brothers, the Allman Brothers, the Strawberry Brothers, whatever. If you're like, hey, I like their style, I want their best practices, your AI is going to look up what their best practices are. And so if you have someone that's famous that you like their style, you like their look and feel, you like their tonality, you like how they do things, you can tell AI, hey, I want these things. I want these installed in my marketing, in my graphic. And so, so I challenge you guys today to poke around AI, in OpenAI, poke around ChatGPT, play around with it. I really encourage you to throw in an image and say, animate this. I encourage you to use Meta's AI. If you all have Facebook, you all have access to Meta AI. All right, and by the way, you guys don't have to spend any money to have access to this. Like, how cool is that? Like, this is insane. So we live in a really awesome world. Like, we are all really blessed. I think that's so cool. So, all right, guys. Tomorrow, What's Working Wednesday. I'm going to dedicate this time to actually focus on expanding on what we're doing for the rest of the quarter. Okay, so you're going to see some changes for the better for cloud internally, but our community is growing. Our community is getting bigger, and we want to make it more accessible. We understand and realize that 12 o'clock every day, noon central, isn't the easiest time for us to connect. And so we're going to add more time, more availability, and more events that we're going to invite you to. So I'm excited to spend tomorrow focusing on that, and we're going to open it up for Q&A, so we might keep it around 15, 20 minutes, okay? And then Thursday, if any of you guys have a call for us to review this Thursday, please be sure to let Andres know, myself know, Kara know, anyone on the team, anyone who you've been talking to. If you want to get your call reviewed by us, I highly encourage you to notify us so that we can use that time, the area for you as a spotlight, so we can focus on you and give you real-time feedback. And Kathleen, this is a great time. I know you just joined. Hey, good to see you. This is for every Thursday, noon central, 1 o'clock your time. This is a great opportunity for you to invite your agents and to listen to what good or bad sounds like. Because we do listen to the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's okay. And that's okay. I look forward to seeing you guys. Keep being awesome. And Kathleen, I know you just joined. Every day it's at 1 o'clock. So tomorrow I hope to see you 1
I
o'clock.
know, but Andre told me to go to this Cloud Realty for our meeting at 1:45.
Oh, that's right. Cool. Good joining.
Should I just stay on?
Yes, rejoin here in 2 minutes. Okay, I'll see you then. All right, bye-bye.